Welcome back to Weighted to Win, everybody. The A-team's back in. I've got Daryl Murray and Darren Burrows both with me for this Thursday meeting where they race on the inside track. And here is an odds-on favourite. I think we'll start out, the all-to-comes. They tell me, both Daryl and Darren, that it does seem to look fairly straightforward. There are perhaps two or three horses that look very, very promising in terms of winning. Mountain Eyes 9-20 to win the first. Sean Terry's got that as the favourite. He's got backup with Varvara as the second choice, who's trading at around 7-1. And then I think you can get about 10-1 and better the others. Can we start with you, Daryl, quickly? Well done, Down by the River.
A lot has happened since then, Clive.
No,
but I must just say something.
Credit.
I'm still awaiting the invitation. Cecil and I are still awaiting the invitation for lunch. What's happening now?
I can't eat anything yet.
Okay, well, we can.
But eventually we will. Eventually we will.
Tell
me about Down by the River. So how much did you win?
No, that's like I said, that's
under the river.
In the past.
Yeah.
In the first race, this favourite, some firms opened her as big as 12-10. I was shocked to see that price. Anyway, it looks like a ready-made banker, Clyde. We can touch on the form line. 3 runners, 2 winners, and a second, who was Mr. Alson Lazana's filly. What was a famous lady? He came out in second in the Grade 3 Tab Pretty Polly Stakes. And the 2 winners were Just Reckless and You Bring Me Joy. So ready-made bank in the bar pots. Hard to beat.
I
just want to add something. As Brandon Bailey, our mate, will say, Clyde, I'm not going to get a pat on the back for this one.
No, I'm sure not. But Sean Terry's in great form, Darren Burrows. So what's happening your side?
Yes, Clyde, good morning. Nice to see you back. And let's start on the first race, Mountain High. Now, this horse will take a lot of beating. This is the start of your doubles and trebles and multiples for the day. Let me touch on others to include later on a horse like William Ironarm, maybe Twa Cut, go a place on Clarkson later. He's a big price. Mountain High comes out of the nursery. On debut, flew up late. Also in the nursery, a bit outpaced, going to love this step up to 1,400 meters. And this is a ready-made banker. The danger could be Key Worker, making her debut for the Culmansons, and this could fill the exacta spot.
All right, thank you so much. So from Darren's side, this horse Mountain Eye, very hard to beat. As is the case with Daryl, there's the bipod, banker 5, banker 2, banker 6, horses, banker 3, 4 bankers, in a 12 rand bipod. Okay, welcome back. Second race on the card. Lead the Charge is favourite. It's 15-10 at the moment for the Azzy Yard. Serrano for Joe Somers, second choice at 7-2. And number 9, Messalina, is the third choice at 7-2. 8-1 and better about the others. Let's talk about the race. I'll go to Darren Burrows first and just ask his opinion about... I saw Lead the Charge in action when I watched replays. I try to catch up because I need to catch up on a lot of things. But tell me, I sort of like the way this horse looks and moves. I also liked the fact that Joe Somers or Serrano showed so much courage on debut.
Yes, touching on Lead the Charge, I like that he was dropping in trip last time out. But he did hit a bit of a flat spot and then he stayed onto the line. I think the 1,400 is his limit. But in this type of company, from a one draw, he's going to be the horse to beat. You've got Serrano, Buffalo Bill, Cody Colt, not disgraced on debut behind Don't Cry For Me. He was well beaten, but he can only improve. And I would include him into your play. Messalina and Zip Code have outside chances, but Lead the Charge, probably the horse to beat over Serrano.
Okay, thanks, Darren. Daryl, your take on the race? I know you got a bank in the bipod, yeah?
Yes, Clyde, I think it's the right race for Lead the Charge. Now, strictly on paper, there isn't much separating himself and Messalina. They have met in the past, and there was only, a neck separating the two of them. But that was when Lead the Charge came back from the Western Cape, and I'm sure that as he's just... what can you say? I think they just
took their time and took it back into the play.
They went quiet on him. They wouldn't have certainly readied him up after returning.
Lovely horse, a beautiful white blaze, nice striding horse. I like it.
Yeah, so I got no doubt he's going to get the 1,400. He's like 1/10 furlongs. He's damn 1/1400. Last time he He settled in the early stages, unlike his first run on the half veld, and he ran all the way to the line. He was beaten by a very nice sort. So I'll be shocked to see a Messalina reverse the form with him. Track and trip ideal, well drawn, peak run on the half veld. What I wanted to say is that as he's backed off on him, arriving from the Western Cape. Yeah, so I'm actually surprised to see him trading at 15-10. I thought he'd be closer to evens.
Okay, so there might be value in that. Let's also lead the charge. There's the place accumulator on your screen, everybody. Scan away. So this is a maiden over 1,000 meters now, where Master Casper, Gavin Arena, and Johan Janssen van Vieren. Daryl, I want to ask you quickly. This horse is 9-20. Okay, it's odds on to win the race. It's the first time Mike de Kock, haven't heard much about it, but it's quite short in the market, as in something around 22-10 or 5-2, and then you can get 12-1 bar those two. This horse is rested for a while, this favourite.
Yeah, they should be betting 100-1 bar the two.
Okay.
Yeah. Clyde, you know, the first time is really going to have to be good to win on debut. I looked at his dam. The dam won 4 races between 1,200 and 1,400. Now, I will respect him if there is some support for him in the market. But you know what? Master Casper is going to continue the Mr. Lawrence Werner's good run.
He's having a great run, eh?
Yeah, he's been rested and gelded. I think he's got more of a sprinting pedigree. I mean, we all remember the Dam La Volta, which makes him half-brother to Master Archie. There's so much speed in this pedigree. So 1,000 meters on the inside track, returning from the rest is of no concern. And I just want to touch on the film line. Clyde, where did he finish in his last start? Where did he finish?
I'm looking at it now. He finished 7th, I think.
He finished 7th, right. 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th have all won directly since
and 14, 15.
And never mind to mention the horses that finished ahead of him. I'm talking about the horses that finished behind him.
No,
so
the form line's unreal.
6 from 8.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be 100% to win.
No.
Fitness-wise. Darren, you're not worried about the rest, eh?
Not at all. You got to lean towards Master Casper because those form lines, I mean, even Lion Rampart on debut was a good one. And then 4 lengths off in that feature behind Little Ballerina, we've seen like 6 or 7 direct winners from the race. Wolf Mountain, you've got to have respect for, but I thought the 1,000 could be a bit on the sharp side. But in saying that, we've seen a lot of the Buffalo Bill Codys show plenty speed, and Richard Fourie takes the ride. So you can't ignore him. I would have gone Master Casper in my multiples, but I do have respect for Wolf Mountain.
Okay. Well, the exotics are yours, Darren. Burrows is pick 6. We'll be bankering Master Casper. And then the field, and then horses, and then banker 3 later on by 1, 2, 6, and the whole field at the back. All right, coming up next is a Maiden Plate over the 1450. There are a couple of juveniles in here that are taking on the 3-year-olds. Mr. Burrows, let me start with you if I may. Tiny Peter's got the sort of Scars of War and debut, good run, priced up 13-10. I don't know what you think of the market, if that's correct. Hermitage, second choice at 4-1. And Sicily, I know you like a bit of that, priced up at 7-1, albeit a juvenile. But tell me what you think you're going to do here.
I'm a bit nervous about this race. I see Scars of War is very short at 12-10, but I don't know if that's the right price, even though she could be the horse to beat. She's only a 2-year-old filly in open, against 3-year-olds, and 53 kilos, showed pace on debut, just got run out of it. It was a small field. There was market support on debut, should be right there. Sicily, now he ran in that race behind Little Ballerina, beaten 12 lengths on debut, and there was support. He was trained by Dean Cannemare, and it was no sort of run. But last time out, showed improvement. He was well beaten 8 lengths, but he was staying on at the finish and can only improve up in trip. Hermitage stayed on very nicely last time out. There was market support into 11-2, and he was only beaten a length. So I'm focusing on numbers 11, 10, and 1, probably the value with Sicily.
Okay, well, if Serrano's run a big race by now, then Sicily's definitely got a claim. So the 6 allowance now with this favourite, I mean, I guess with 53 on its back,
I think they've got one choice, and that's to lead. Same as on debut, Clyde.
Yeah.
They're going to want to make the others carry their weights. I mean, she's got that early gate speed. She's got the draw. She's got the come on look. I agree with Darren in that she's too short in the market. She's certainly a huge runner. I mean, the form line has been franked. The horse that ran second came out in one. That was Kindred Heart. And the horse fourth was quite some distance behind her.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Clyde. But I had a look at the breeding. Now, it's a little bit, I don't know what to make of it. Clyde, she is related to Swing Upon a Star, who's a sprinter, right? Trained by Sean Terry. And then she's also related to Flying Bull, who's a mile and a half or so, stayer. So it's going to be interesting. I think she'll get further in time to come. But yeah, too short in the market, but in with a serious winning chance. Hermitage has had a great prep going into this race. The quicker they go, the better it will suit him because he'll be just off the pace. Watch to just take note of race 2's result because this horse trained by Tyron Zaki Clyde. Apache Sun, who's been over racing with the blinkers and they get removed, represents the lead, the charge form. So if he's won since then, I'm going to say Apache Sun could be the value in the race.
Okay. Well, that's a good price. The field for Darren in his jackpot here by horses Banker 3 by 126. This is the tab Telebet. If you're on that, it's 0861 000 822. That's the number to dial. It's a maiden plate over 1450 meters. Favourite this morning, because we're doing the show this morning, Thursday morning, number 1, Kylie's Angel at 22 to 10. Number 10, Sneak Preview is the second choice at, no, it's not, it's joint favourite, 22 to 10. And also I like number 9, Easy on Me. It's priced up 4 to 1. I like it, Daryl, because the form line's unreal.
What do you like about her being off the track for 259 days?
I know it's a concern, obviously.
And what do you like about this comment?
I just like the fact that the form line is very powerful.
And do you like this comment from Mr. Magna?
What?
In the front of the book, will need the run. So do you still like her now?
I still like her.
Okay.
That
put me off.
I don't listen to stories.
I thought, wow, she could be the right one, but that put me off. Now, Clyde, let's see how Messalina goes early on in the day because she represents the form of honourable member here, and that is Kylie's Angel and Sneak Preview, the top 2 in the betting. I've got my reservations. 7 horses were covered by 2 lengths. I mean, they were bunched up in that field. And even Tony Peters' pre-race comments with regards to Kylie's Angel went positive. He said she hasn't really been showing winning work, or she doesn't show much at work. But yes, a nice debut for the yard and certainly can feature. But I think the value, no doubt, is Tipperary. That's the 2-year-old, number 12. Now, let me touch on her debut effort, and this is the reason why I'm tipping her, Clyde. In that race, she ran behind Golden Chandelier. Now, she won against since then she ran a cracking third, out at the weights, and second in her handicap debut. Also in that race was Kindred Heart, who's won since then.
Yeah.
Valieva was in that race. And now, I know it was a very disappointing second effort, but she's by a Lancaster Bomber, right, who stayed, out of an Eliodor mare, who ran second in the Grade 2 Tibucina over a mile. So she's going to love the step up in trip. But you have to ignore her latest effort to take her seriously.
Because that latest effort, the form line's dead.
Yeah. So I'm ignoring that. I'm going each way number 12, Tipperary.
Mr. Burrows, what you doing?
Well, Clyde, I also have respect for Tipperary. My dad actually trained Red Door along with Ricky Mangard back in the day. The Dam, and she was decent. She ran in the Prix Cup. She went to Durban for the season. She was a big rangy filly, and she had a big stride on her. So if this filly takes after Red Door, she's going to love the step up in trip, and she could run very well here. Because when you look at the dangers, Sneak Preview and Kylie's Angel, they both ran behind Honourable Member, who was a winner at 40 to 1 that day. I'm not sure if that form line's going to stand up. And Easy on Me, that was a good debut behind Tamil Tigress. We've seen direct winners from that race. If this horse isn't too much in need of the run, this horse could be right there too. So maybe 12 those to beat over 1, 10 and 9.
Okay, both Darren and Daryl on the same page with number 12, Tipperary. Okay, so this is a progress plate, a plated race. There's an odds on in here in William Ironarm, and I guess Darren deserves to be odds on. On current form, looks very hard to beat here.
Very hard to beat, Clyde. This is a banker in all bets. You know, this is a progress plate. He comes out of the classic beaten a length by Purple Pitcher. He actually had Barbaresco behind him at level weight, and now he receives 3 kilos from Barbaresco. So he's had the 2 runs back from a lengthy break. They were both crackers in the Guineas and the Classic. And this is a banker in all bets. He's entered for the Durban July. There's bigger and better things in future for him, but he shouldn't come off the bit.
Shouldn't, eh? He should win. That horse, Purple Pitcher, breaks hearts, eh? Have you noticed how courageous Purple Pitcher is when he horse comes to him and then one go past, one go. But this is overs, right? Or what?
On paper, it's overs, Clyde. I mean, like Darren touched on, he's got the beating of his biggest danger and he's better off at the weights. I might just add that Barbaresco's had another run under the belt, so he's probably got the edge on racing fitness. But he's stepping up to 1800 again, and he needs to settle in running. If he settles in running, I certainly can see him finishing closer. But really, William Ironarm, it's been well documented that this horse had one of his testicles removed. That was an issue. So this is a prep run. I'm sure they're going in. I believe they're going into the Jubilee and then into the July. Well, that's the plan. Yeah, his class should pull him through. Obviously, Barbaresco is his biggest danger because of the racing fitness. So 3 from 1 in that order.
Okay. So there you go, ladies and gents. You got it. William Ironarm looks very, very hard to beat here. And it's a win bet from both ends of the team. This horse hard to beat. This is the Racehorse Owners Association handicap. It's an 84. It's over 1,800 meters. That's the distance. The latest in the market. Let me look this morning quickly. From Betway, number 2, Cut is 17-10. Second choice, Slinky Mapimpi is at 7-2. Number 3, The Brief is trading at 11-2. And then you got number 5, Master Oriano, who's trading at around 8-1. So Cut tops the board. Slinky Mapimpi drops back in distance. You give it a chance?
Yeah, you have to put a line through his last starts. I don't know if it's certain that he didn't stay, Clyde, but it was really a poor effort on his behalf. Striker reunites with him. He's actually 1 from 1 on the son of Coup de Grace. You know, 62 drawn out wide. I don't think Striker's going to want to drop him in and give them weight and start on the inside track. I think that will be a difficult task. So I believe he will push forward. And then you also got the likes of The Brief, who likes to go handy. He was handy when winning in his penultimate starts over the course and distance. Circle of Grace is also going to go forward. So the pace should be genuine. Now, that will suit Try quite, Clyde. His best, while his most impressive effort to date was on the inside track over this course and distance, where he was a runaway winner by 5 odd lengths. So the pace will suit him. He's ultra consistent. You can see he's actually down to an 86. He got penalized for running second a few runs back, but he's down to a winning mark. But I did find some value in a horse over here, Clyde, at a big price, 25-1, Clarkson. Now, my concern with him, sometimes he doesn't move well. But let's see how he moves down to the start. He's having his peak run. Robbie's had a winner recently. Course and distance form is great. 2 wins from 3 efforts. So if Cabello can ride him quietly, don't be surprised to see him be the favourite's biggest danger.
Yeah. Mr. Burrows likes Clarkson, don't you, Darren?
Yes, Clyde, I think Clarkson's a massive runner. You know, even if you want to go places in your multiples or swingers with Twa Cut, because Clarkson, 2 from 3 course and distance, peak run, 3rd run after rest, handy galloping weight, rating down. This could be his day that he comes back to best. But I'm still in the camp of Twa Cut. I think course and distance suited. Richard for real, get the best out of him. I'm having a win bet on Twa Cut, and I'm covering with the exactors with Clarkson, and Slinky Mapimpi is my 3rd choice.
Thanks so much. That's the wrap of the 7th. I've spoken to Darren Burrows. He said, listen, it's a very hard last race. It's tough. Can we leave it up to Daryl Marie? And he's got the field in most of his plays. So without any further delay, he's got a shrewd here, Daryl. Maybe another down by the river. I don't know if they come in twos. Do they?
We can only hope so, Clyde.
Yeah.
We can only hope so. You know, Nazar, number 8.
Right.
Now, when he first started racing in his early part of his career, I thought he's going to be quite a decent sort. I thought he'll win his races. But he has disappointed. But he has been very, very consistent, Clyde. You can see he's never beaten far, except for his last start, which was a second run after a rest. So if you're willing to put a line through that, on his prior form, he has finished close up off a higher mark. So now he's having his third run after a rest, well drawn on the inside track. I believe he's going to be very effective over this course and distance. Off a 66, Clyde, I do believe on his best form he'll be right there at the finish. So I am making number 8, Nazar, the horse to beat. If he disappoints once again, I've got respect for After Hours, Circus Lights, and Empress Graham. But we have to nail our colours to the mast. I'm going number 8, Nazar, as the likely winner.
Okay, so there's a few in here that have got chances, but Nazar has already shortened into 9-1 when recording the show this morning at 10 o'clock, or the latest it's 10 o'clock at the moment. We'll see what it starts race time. Worth a bit of a nibble at that price, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Betway's Weighted to Win.